Here we are in 2025. I'm out here in the workshop once again, and it's getting just a little bit too cold. I mean, even with this space heater I have, my buddy, propane buddy behind me, I can see my breath in here, which means it's about time for this grizzly bear young man to hibernate for a couple months because the cold weather is just, let's just say I'm not a big fan of it, and it's just too cold out here. It even affects the camera, etc. So anyway, I'm going to take a little bit of a hibernation, but before I do that, I want to leave you with some words. Now, my father used to say, education was never wasted, and that's true. I made it a career in education. Good education, real education, is never wasted. There's a lot of nonsense out there, particularly today, that fall under the umbrella, they would say, of education, which is a lot of indoctrination, etc. But real and true education, particularly when it comes to spiritual education, is never wasted. You know, if you are a Christian, you know that you will live in heaven someday, and we will live there for eternity. And we will always be learning. 10,000 years from now, we'll be talking about things that we've just learned. Wow, that was great, amazing. Wow, did you hear that? We never stop. The riches and the depth of God is unfathomable, unsearchable, and without possibility of knowing at this point. So real education is important. So there's a proverb, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5 says, a wise man will hear and increase in learning. A wise man, always learning. You know, in education, we were taught to be a lifelong learner. Be a lifelong learner. I am. I enjoy learning. You know, I cut out cable TV just for the cost of it before I retired. I thought I had to eliminate as many costs as possible. And I don't miss any of it because so much of it is complete nonsense. Mental candy, that we could say. You know, I watch YouTube. I like watching YouTube videos, okay, like my own, that from other people. And I like to learn. I just continually like to learn. So that especially applies to spiritual things. In Peter, it says, as newborn babes sincerely desire the pure milk of the word that you may grow thereby. You grow in understanding in spiritual things and as a Christian from the word of God. Okay, now, God has helped with that because it says when Jesus has given to the church, okay, he's given gifts to men. He calls them gifts to men and given to the church people. Okay, first, apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. For what reason? It says for the equipping of the saints. The saints are you and I, for the work of ministry. Okay, they are like the coaches. They are the teachers and the coaches, literal teachers and coaches. Okay, the fivefold ministry it's called. To equip us, to teach us to how to do this thing, how to live out this Christian life. Okay, so if you don't avail yourself to that teaching, you're really losing out. You know, there's a lot of guys say, well, I'm a self-made man. Yeah, well, we can tell. You know, you need to, just like self-made athletes who don't want to follow what the coach says and wants to do their own thing. Not only do they hurt themselves, they hurt the team, and eventually they end up being not heard of anymore, okay? Being coachable is a very important aspect of being an athlete. I always refer to athletics a lot in these messages, okay? So I'm going to leave you with a list while I go into hibernation here, and of people that I listen to, which I recommend to you to listen to. Along the lines, okay, this is a unique channel, as you can tell. It's meshes making and building things and creating things with the Word of God and learning about the things of God. Okay, so start out with making things. When it comes to forging, I like watching this man's channel. Excuse me. His name is John. It's at Black Bear Forge. He's out in Oregon. He's a retired firefighter, I believe. I learned a lot of what I do from blacksmithing from him. Really good channel, really nice, mellow, really lovable guy. You'll know when you watch him. Another one is the Essential Craftsman. Another, I guess he's semi-retired man who for 40 years was in general contracting, construction, etc. just has a lot of good videos on tools and doing things the easy way. You know, when you get older, you learn how to do things the easy, smart way. Okay, so it's a good channel to watch. Outdoor 55. He's a young guy, but he deals with making knives and things like that, and is very good. Um, the Village Craftsman. I have to give him a shout out. He has a shop and a YouTube channel somewhere out in, I think, northeastern Arkansas. He gave me some likes and comments, and so there's a shout out to him. He does woodworking by hand with just the old school way with basic old tools, no power tools. Very interesting to watch. Now, when it comes to the most important thing, is spiritual instruction and teaching. Probably my two favorite go-to teachers that I like to listen to are Bill Johnson from Bethel Church out in Redding, California, a godly, loving man full of the wisdom of God. And then Keith Moore. He is the pastor of Faith Life Church. He has one in Sarasota, Florida. I've been to that. And one in Branson, Missouri. A very good teacher, very good Bible teacher. So avail yourself to these things. You know, I know you'll probably be crying yourself to sleep at night that I don't have any videos coming up weekly. But in the meantime, you can survive. Watch some of these other teachers and these good channels, and have a good winter, and I'll see you in the spring. Oh yes, and of course, I had to come back on and because I forgot about this. Some of the music you hear on my videos, some of that is me butchering some songs on the guitar and even on the accordion you heard from my last video. But I like to use songs from the ministry Sounds Like Rain that I always give credits to at the end. Great godly Christian family, amazing video channel, beautiful music. So yeah, it's another one you can check out. Okay, and last but not least, I want to thank each one of you, all the friends of you who have supported me, who subscribed to this channel. Okay, I'm not going away. I'm just taking a little break of hibernation here. I'll be back in the spring, but thank you for all your prayers and support and your comments. Leave comments. I encourage you. I like to see the comments. I would like to get to reply to you. Okay, so thanks again. God bless.
And when troubles come, I'll be singing still. Let me rest in the shadow of